Okay, so this is what you're gonna need. I got about a pound of beef. It looks a little weird because the coloring, because I had it in the back section of the refrigerator where it's close to the freezer. So the color, I don't know, it looks good to me. We're gonna use Italian seasoning, which is basically rosemary, parsley, basil, and oregano. Onion powder, garlic powder, of course, nice black pepper, salt. I forgot to close it, I almost spilled it. We're gonna use some soy sauce, a dash of it, or you can use Worcestershire sauce. What is it? Worcester? Whatever. We're gonna use soy sauce. This is half of a small onion. I diced it up while setting up all this stuff. And I have here 2 small cloves of garlic. You can cut them as thick or as thin as you want. This is fine. And the other thing you're gonna need is, I had this off on the side. I had 2 slices of bread soaking in milk. You can use almond milk, you can use soy milk, you can use oat milk, or cow milk. Alright, this is 2 pieces of wheat bread. I use the ends because I save the ends to either make breadcrumbs or to add into a recipe like this. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna season it up with everything. This is about a spoonful of the basil, oregano, the Italian seasoning, the onion powder. Was that like a teaspoonful? Garlic powder, black pepper. How much? It's up to you. It's like half a teaspoon. I just put in salt. We're gonna put a dash. I mean, if you want more, put more, but I'm gonna put in soy sauce, so that's a lot of saltiness. We're gonna put in the onion, the garlic, alright, and some of this soy sauce. How much? It's just like a swivel. Oh, I didn't open it. Sorry. Just a little bit, just a dash. See? Alright, then we're gonna put in our bread that's been soaking with milk. And you're gonna combine everything a mano. The bread is gonna make it nice and fluffy. Alright, so you're going to work this over until you get it like kind of like a paste. And then we shall... Oh, you know what? While you're doing this, get your oven on 350. Let me do that now. Alright. Alright. Now let's make the sauce to put on top of the meatloaf. Now listen, this is going to sound gross. But believe me, it's going to be delicious, alright? It's going to be good. So, you're going to take some ketchup. Ooh, excuse me. This is almost finishing. We have to open a new bottle. Alright, we'll get to a new bottle. You're going to take some mustard. I'm running out of... Let me get new bottles. Hold on. Alright, so the proportion of ketchup to the mustard is about 3 to 1. And I also put in a spoonful of sugar. I use brown sugar. I did it while the camera was off. So just a spoonful of brown sugar. You could use white sugar, you could use honey. And believe me, it sounds maybe not appetizing, but the mixture together, it makes a very nice coating for the top of the meatloaf. You can even make extra and put it on the side, and you maybe in a little saucepan and to heat it up so you can have it nice and warm. You dip pieces of the meatloaf in it, but that's the sauce I use to top the meatloaf. Ketchup, mustard, and a spoonful of sugar. Taste it, see if you like it. Otherwise, use whatever else you want. So I'm going to put this to the side. Now, I have here, instead of using like a meatloaf pan, I use this is a cookie sheet with this aluminum foil I put on top. I shaped the aluminum foil kind of like a housing, and I went and glazed it with some olive oil. Alright, so now we're going to take our raw meatloaf, and let me just move this here a little bit so you can see a little clearer, and we're just going to plop them down right on there. Bam! So now we're just going to shape them like a log or like a you know what. But don't worry, it's going to come out nice and delicious. So I'm going to pat it down, shape it out. Sometimes people square the ends, which is fine. You can do it however you like. And now what we're going to do is, what I like to do is on top here, I like to create a divot. Kind of like a channel. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to... Okay. That's good. And... Okay, that's good. Now, we're going to take that sauce that we made, and we're just going to, right on top. Put it right on top. And spread them out. And it's ready for the oven. You can put more sauce if you want. You can put less. And like I said, the sauce does not sound appetizing, but the mix of it, when you mix it together with that sugar, you get it cooking in the oven, comes out really, really nice. Really, really good. Alright, okay, so it's ready for the oven. You can drizzle it down if you want. Alright, so now we're going to put this in the oven. 350 for, I'm going to initially put it in for half an hour, then take a look at it. Then let it go for another, 10 minutes. So maybe in total like 30, 40 minutes. But let's start with the 30 minutes. Alright. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Alright. Behave. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Alright, so about 36, 35 minutes have passed. Alright, don't worry about that. That's like the milk that cooked out of it. It's getting there. So we're going to leave it another 10 minutes to make it 45 minutes, and then we'll deal with it. Alright people, so here's my meatloaf. I took it out of the oven. I took it out of off of the cookie sheet. And now I'm just going to sprinkle some dried parsley on there. You can use any other herb. You can use the Italian seasoning if you want. And I'm just going to let it sit here a couple of minutes for it to cool off. And kind of like a steak, you're going to let it sit so that the juices settle. So I'm going to plate it. I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to cut it and plate it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Alright people, so this is how I make meatloaf. I'm gonna have it with some rice, salad, and this vegetable medley we have here. And I usually would make it with mashed potatoes and a vegetable, but I had a bunch of mashed potatoes the other day and I ate them all. I forgot what I had them with. I can't remember. But I want you to notice how nice and juicy this meat. I don't know if this will come out on camera. I got cheap cameras. It's delicious. It's nice and juicy. And this is what I'm gonna have tonight. I need a glass of wine. Alright, so that's how I make meatloaf. Follow this. You can use turkey. You can use ground turkey. You use ground beef. You can use a veggie substitute. You can substitute the milk for almond milk, soy milk, oat milk, and the bread. You can use wheat bread. You can use white bread. I've even used like hamburger buns. All right, and also you have if you make an extra amount of that sauce, you could have had it in like a little saucepan and drills it over the pieces here. So that's what I'm gonna have tonight. And yeah.